Are you dreaming of a new house? That can be so fun. It can be awesome to search online and go through pictures and virtual tours of all different styles of houses and see how the same price range could buy you a big house on a little teeny tiny city lot, or it could buy you a much smaller, older house on a big lot in the county. And people are different. Some people would love that huge house on the city lot, and some people would feel so cramped in with neighbors right out the window that they really would prefer the tiny little house on the big lot in the county. And so sometimes when you're just starting to dream about purchasing a home, it's so fun to look at everything that's available. But as it comes time when you're ready to actually move forward and purchase a home, I find that sometimes if people feel like they need to go in person and see every single house that's available in their price range, they may miss out on making an offer on the house that's actually the perfect house for them. And so what I find is that it really helps to remember there's really one perfect house for you. And so you don't really need to see every single house. What I find works the best is to make a list. And you can do this yourself. You can do it with other people who will be purchasing with you. Whoever is involved in the decision-making process should definitely work together on this list. You may make separate lists and then compare and be surprised that they do not match, but put some time into thinking through, what do you need? These are the things that you really can't live without. What do you need in the new house? That's one section. Next, what do you want? These things would be really, really great. You would love them so much. They would make life so much better, but you could live without them. That's a whole nother section. Your needs, your wants. And then at the very bottom, maybe in small print, what do you really, really, really like? Now, these things would be amazing if you found them, like a super extra bonus would create your dream house. But not having these things would not necessarily be a deal breaker because, of course, you know, in your certain budget, you can't find every single thing. And so what I find is if you make this list and you know what you need, what you want, and what you really, really, really like, if you make this list, then you can move forward and be sure that you do not sacrifice your needs when you're searching for a house. This is really important as you're looking online. The houses that do not match your needs, there's no point to going and seeing the house in person, to wasting time on a tour if you already know that it does not fit your needs. So that's a great place to draw a line in your search. Next is considering your wants. As you look at all the available houses that fit in your price range, definitely consider what you want in a house. Obviously, the more boxes that this house checks off on your want list, the better fit it is for you. And that is really important to consider. Now, using these two categories, it's great to make a list of the top 5 or maybe the top 6 houses that fit all of your needs and also check off a lot of your wants. And as you tour those houses, those are the ones you make appointments to see inside. They meet all of your needs and check off a lot of your wants. Now, as you tour them, you can jump all over the things that you really, really like as you find them. And that's super exciting to find those things, those extra bonus features in a house that really make it feel like the perfect dream house. I find as you go through your list this way, you are able to have a lot more success in finding the house that really is the best match for your family, because a house that does not meet your needs, you can mark it right off the list and it doesn't have to take up any more space in your brain considering it or thinking, well, I could change this or I could add this or I could do a remodel. You know, if it doesn't meet your needs and if you're not feeling like living through a remodel, just cross it off your list, and there are plenty of other houses that will. I find that this is so helpful. Also remembering, if you pick your top 5 very favorite houses and you go look at them, when you see the first house, that's great. When you see the second house, just ask yourself, is this better than the first house? Yes or no? And then when you see the third house, the question is this third house better or worse than my favorite of the others that we already saw. And then every other house that you see, you don't need to be ranking them in order 1 to 5. All that you need to ask is, this house that I just saw better or worse than the one that was my favorite before this moment? In that way, at the end of your showing, you will know clearly which house was your favorite. And then that puts you in the exciting position of considering, it's my favorite. Can I see myself living here? Do I want to make an offer? And then that starts a whole nother ball rolling, a whole nother process. Anyway, I hope that this helps you to really enjoy the searching, but get ready before you start wanting to knock on doors and look inside houses. Get ready to know really what you're looking for. I find that as you have a more detailed understanding of your own wants and needs, that the process is so much smoother and there's not as much stress and frustration and ambiguity in the home search process. So best of luck. I would love to help you. I'm Anastasia Hendrick with Century 21 JC Jones American Dream. You can call me at the office. It's 541-476-6502. Or you can always just reach me on my cell. It's 541-226-6448, and I'll be happy to help.